So they built this place in the wetlands of Mississippi. This gave them an imaginary boundary line, and anyone living on the inside of it was offered a simple choice. Stay, and you'll never hear another television program as long as you live. Or take the NASA shilling and get out. Stay, and you'll never hear another television program as long as you live. Or take the NASA shilling and get out. No one stayed. And NASA ended up with exactly what it wanted. 125,000 acres of nothing. They even had to move 5 cemeteries, because the noise they were planning on making would wake the dead. Don't worry if you can't hear what I'm saying. I couldn't even hear myself. This is the loudest sound you could possibly conceive. And, as it turns out, the cleanest. Now, the most amazing thing is that that cloud up there, which was generated by the engine, is just a mixture of hydrogen and oxygen. It's water vapor. And in about an hour's time, someone in Mississippi is going to get wet washing. It will actually rain. I told you! It's raining! That's unbelievable! Oh. NASA's playing God. That's unbelievable. Oh. NASA's playing God. It's making its own weather.
So that was an example of NASA's weather modifying device. They sell it as a engine testing device, but as you can clearly see, it's made to modify weather. It's known as a wet surface air cooler. These devices are all around the world and are used to manipulate and control the weather from the ground. Most of us are aware of geoengineering from the skies. We look up, we see that the skies are being painted much more. The geoengineering chemtrails include aluminum, barium, strontium, formaldehyde. They also will spray chemtrail flu to make people sick to help Big Pharma.
People have actually known you could do these things, for better or for worse, for decades, actually since the 60s. Carbon dioxide makes the ocean more acidic, and doing these things to cool the planet will do nothing to correct that.
Let's talk about the risks of actually doing it on a global scale, because you've been pretty frank about that. You've actually said you could easily imagine a chain of events that would extinguish life on Earth. Now, what would be that potential chain of events from using this kind of technology?
At this point, we've seen it more times than anyone can count. Flash flood deluges, dropping trillions of gallons of water, seemingly out of nowhere and often ending just as abruptly. This isn't just happening in the United States. All over the world, these inexplicable events are occurring, washing entire towns away and crippling metropolitan cities.
Within 5 minutes, the water levels rose from nothing to a stream, an incredible stream. And the worst thing is, we don't understand how this could happen. We don't know.
All meteorologists will tell us is that it is somehow part of climate change. But as you can see with your own eyes, these massive bursts of water vapor don't come from the oceans. Time and again, they burst up from the landmass and fall right back down as deluge. How can this be? Where can so much water be coming from? The answer is shockingly simple, easily visible, and explains the real issues of climate change that meteorologists and scientists refuse to acknowledge. "6,000 gallons per minute evaporated by each of these cooling towers at Exborough Power Plant. 48,000 gallons per minute from all 8 towers. $2,880,000, almost 3 million gallons per hour from this one power plant. 7,000 power plants in the United States. $62,500 power plants worldwide. This in plain sight method of making rain exists to address one glaringly obvious global problem. "2016 was the hottest year on record, and of the 17 hottest years on record, 16 have now occurred since 2000. If you can understand what happens when you make a cup of tea, you can understand where trillions of gallons of rain come from.